Hello and welcome, dear students. Today I'm back with the second session in grammar. Now, as I told you last time, why are we doing grammar? It's not just for exam point of view, but it is also so that you are able to learn correct English, speak it correctly, write it correctly. Okay, so for that reason, this is the base. Grammar is the absolute base which we have to do. ठीक है, तो भले ही ये टॉपिक एग्जाम में हो या ना हो, स्टूडेंट्स इट इज एसेंशियल दैट यू नो द बेसिक्स एंड यू अप्लाई देम. सिर्फ जानकर भूल जाएंगे देन इट मेक्स नो सेंस. यू हैव टू लर्न इट, यू हैव टू अप्लाई इट, यू हैव टू यूज इट एज यूर रीडिंग, एज यूर राइटिंग, एज यूर स्पीकिंग. बिकॉज कोई भी लैंग्वेज अगर सीखना है तो तीन चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. एनी लैंग्वेज इन द वर्ल्ड, you have to speak it, you have to write it, and you have to read it. So all three components, students, grammar बहुत important है. So today is the second lecture where I'm just going to do again revision of the very basic topics. So you don't have to be disappointed. In the coming lectures, all the other important, as the classes progress, I'm going to take up each and every topic that is there for grammar. All right, but today to begin with, all right, the first lecture grammar session and today's session is just a revision. Another thing, students, there's nothing new in grammar that has not been dealt in school except for one or two topics. But now the sentences are going to become bigger, longer, a little more complex. ठीक है, आप समझ रहे हो? Grammar is the same, but हमें ये क्यों रिविजन करना है? क्योंकि अभी हमारे जो सेंटेंसेस हैं वो पहले से बड़े हैं, पहले से थोड़े डिफिकल्ट हैं, and hence that is the reason we cannot forget it. We have to keep on practicing the grammar topics. So let's just start. Yes. So today I'm going to do, as you can see, basic revision of what's a sentence, a phrase, a clause. Alright, these topics, they are done at school level as well. But then students, it is essential because I'm sure आप सबको पता है कि लिखते समय गलतियां हो रही है, mistakes हो रहे हैं. तो वो mistakes हमको, if you have to improve, we have to again go back to the basics. We have to do it and we have to remember and practice it. So let's revise. Sentence. Well, sentence, everybody knows this. It's a group of words which make complete meaning. Yes, group of words which make complete meaning. Okay, and हम वाक्य किन चीजों से वाक्य बनता है? वाक्य में होता है एक कर्ता और एक कर्म. That is in English we call it as subject and we can call it a predicate or a verb. Okay, no matter how short the sentence is, even if my sentence is really very short, if I say give a sentence like birds fly, yes, this is a sentence. It has just got two words, birds and fly. But then bird is a subject, fly is a verb. Hence, it is meaningful and I can call it a sentence. So every sentence should have a subject and a verb. It begins with a capital. This is now very important. A sentence has to begin with a capital letter. But then there are a lot of options. You can end it with a full stop, you can end it with a question mark or an exclamation mark. Okay, so they are very important as we are reading, as we are writing, because as I told you, without punctuations, the sentences are just going to be meaningless. If you don't know where it stops, or if I am listening, you go on talking, you know, it happens many a times. You just go on reading. How many of you read with proper punctuations? Just ask your own self. Okay, let me tell you, जो सुनने वाला इंसान है उसको कभी कभी पता ही नहीं चलता कि आप कहाँ रुक रहे हैं. So you know, hence when you're reading, when you're writing, दोनों चीजों में sentences में पंक्चुएशंस होना बहुत ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है. इट्स रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू, विदाउट पंक्चुएशंस सेंटेंसेस आर मीनिंगलेस. मैं उसे सेंटेंस कह ही नहीं सकती अगर उसमें कैपिटल नहीं है, अगर उसमें फुल स्टॉप नहीं है, क्वेश्चन मार्क नहीं है, या फिर एक एक्सक्लेमेशन नहीं है. As in, so where will I know where it has it started and where has it ended? So see here, look at the punctuations. I'm not afraid of anything. It has got an apostrophe because I've missed out a letter there. Okay, anything, I've put a full stop after that word. In the second example, I have used inverted commas. Yes, what richness. I'm exclaiming something. इसके लिए exclamation mark. ठीक है, side Joe. Okay, this is from the FIJC first lesson. The sentence has been taken. Okay, Joe is very happy when she goes to Laurie's house and she says, what richness, when she has a look at the library. All right. So this is all about sentences. Then comes, well, the phrases. मम्मी ने पूछा कहाँ जा रहे हो? And if you say खेलने, that's a phrase. Okay. If you ask your mummy, what have you got? क्या लाई हो market से? What have you got from the market? बस कुछ सब्जियां. So that's again a phrase. So what is the difference between a phrase and a sentence? ठीक है, phrases are again group of words. But as you can see on the screen, phrases, they are incomplete. They make incomplete meaning. Whereas a sentence is absolutely meaningful. It makes complete meaning. Phrases begin with prepositions. Yes, phrases, they begin with prepositions. Prepositions are in, on, under, above, below. They do not contain a subject or a verb. So this is another important. So what is the difference between a sentence and a phrase? A sentence is a group of words which is complete, whereas phrases are a group of words which are incomplete. दूसरा डिफरेंस क्या है? सेंटेंस में कंपलसरी कम से कम एक सब्जेक्ट और एक वर्ब तो होना ही चाहिए, होता ही है. ऑलराइट, whereas phrases ऐसा कोई भी रूल नहीं है. It does not have a subject or a verb. Now see, look at the first sentence. Okay, in the example, look at the first sentence. See, that's a sentence. Where are you going? Okay, she asked. This is a complete meaningful sentence. But देखो, to the market. So, to the market जब मैं कह रही हूँ, okay, that becomes a phrase. That becomes a phrase. So see, I've given examples also. They usually begin with prepositions. So on the bench, behind the door. अगर किसी ने पूछा ये चीज कहाँ रखी है, तो आप क्या कहते हो? आप क्या do you say मैंने ये चीज डैश डैश जगह पर रखी है? You say that, or you just say अरे वहाँ वही पलंग के नीचे, टेबल के ऊपर. So when you say this पलंग के नीचे, टेबल के ऊपर, they are all phrases. Okay, so these topics are really basic, but then as you know, a tree cannot stand without its root. No matter how big a tree is, चाहे वो पेड़ कितना भी पुराना हो, कितना भी बड़ा हो, but उसके roots को अगर damage होता है, then the roots are cut, it cannot stand. It's standing there because of its roots. Hence, grammar, if you want to just learn it perfectly, you want to be a good English speaker, a good English writer, तो ये चीजें बस सिर्फ मैं वही कहूंगी बार बार कि एग्जाम के लिए don't do it so that you can speak good English. जब आप कुछ बोलो, कुछ लिखो, ठीक है, ऐसे नहीं है कि you have to speak very good or excellent English. नहीं, everyone's capacity is different, but yes, speaking good English is not very difficult also. Okay, so with that in mind, we are doing all this. Okay, so we go on to the next topic now. A clause. Well, sentence एक ऐसा वाक्य जो अर्थपूर्ण है. Phrase एक ऐसे कुछ ऐसे शब्द जो आधा अधूरा अर्थ देते हैं. Whereas a clause is a small part of a bigger sentence. I repeat, clause is a small part of a bigger sentence. Okay, for example, see a group of words which contain a subject and a verb. Clause में भी एक कर्ता है, एक कर्म है, subject है और verb है. But then it is part of a bigger sentence. बड़ी से sentence का छोटा सा हिस्सा, छोटा सा टुकड़ा. And that टुकड़ा is known as a clause. Okay, so now look at the example. This is the house where I live. So students, clauses, usually students say, oh no, this is so difficult, no clauses. But then English grammar, any subject, any language grammar has got logic. कोई भी कुछ भी ऐसे ही बस नहीं कह सकता. Everything depends on the logic. So you need to identify the subject correctly, the verb correctly. If that you have done it, then yes, you have got clauses also correctly. Okay, so here then, this is the house where I live. The above sentence has got two verbs. Yes, two verbs, is and live. Okay, so I have to identify two verbs. I must identify two subjects. If you have got two verbs and two subjects correctly, then of course I'm going to get two clauses also correctly. Okay, देखो मैंने फिर कैसे sentence divide किया. This is the house where I live. ऐसे मैंने divide किया. बराबर? Because is the verb, house is the subject or a noun. उसी तरह I is a subject, okay, and live is the verb. So as the clause, this is the house, पहला जो part है, it makes complete meaning. ठीक है, ये sentence को मैंने अभी जब मेरे को subject, where I found the subject and the verb correctly, I can divide it also correctly. Hence, which is the first clause, this is the house. ये अर्थपूर्ण है, इसके लिए इसको main clause कहते हैं. It is called a main clause. Whereas where I live, okay, it's incomplete. Where I live, आगे क्या? You will ask me. I cannot, where I live, it's incomplete. So hence it is known as subordinate or dependent clause, क्योंकि वो main clause पर dependent है. So clauses, I repeat, it's a small part of a long sentence. जैसे कि मैंने कहा, students, now that you have come to college, your sentences, grammar is not going to change, but sentences are going to be a little bigger, a little more complex. But basics वही है, आपको पता होना चाहिए noun क्या है, pronoun क्या है, verb क्या है, clauses क्या है, phrases क्या है और sentence क्या है. If you know the basics, no matter how long a sentence is in the exam, I'm sure you can do it. चाहे कुछ भी लिखना हो, अगर आपका ग्रामर परफेक्ट है, आप कोई भी आंसर अपने वर्ड्स में लिख सकते हो. ओके, रिमेंबर दैट. सो सेंटेंस इज जस्ट कंप्लीट, phrase is incomplete, that is clause is a small part of a larger sentence. Now punctuations, some important, because I believe any sentence is incomplete without punctuations. There are many punctuation, students. I've just taken a few ones. Okay, so first is a dot, or as we call it, a full stop. So obviously you all know that it's used to end a sentence. It is also used with abbreviations, short forms, जो हम अक्सर भूल जाते हैं. जहां कहीं पर भी शॉर्ट फॉर्म यूज किया है, वहां पे डॉट डालना है एब्रीविएशन के बाद, तो आता ही आता है. Say, look at the examples: doctor, Mr., even etc. We just write etc. That's not the complete spelling. We have to put a dot whenever we write etc. Okay. Now commas. It is used to show pauses or a list in a sentence. अगर मेरे वाक्य में अगर एक लंबा लिस्ट है, मुझे आज ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, वो भी करना है, ये भी करना है, so when I'm writing this, when I'm speaking this, I pause, right? We take a pause. मुझे ये करना है, इसके बाद मुझे ये भी करना है, so I'm taking pause and as I'm speaking. So a good speaker, a good listener, a good writer, okay, you all need to follow these rules. Okay, when you apply these rules, automatically students, there is no need to mug up. The basic starts while reading the English textbook. अब जब English textbook पढ़ रहे हो, you see that you are paying minute attention to punctuations. कहाँ full stop है तो वहाँ रुको. ये पता है सबको. Do you follow it? Yes. So I think it's high time that you actually everybody starts following these rules. Now look at the examples of the comma. We had to carry a bottle of water, set of spare clothes, a notepad, etc. So you must put comma, there's a list, and hence I put a comma. And so, comma, at last they came to the library, again a comma, where she clapped her hands delightedly. So look at this sentence. The sentence is a little long, isn't it? इसके लिए this sentence has been given sufficient breaks, has been given sufficient pauses. Okay, commas. I've used commas in two places. Now this sentence is again taken from your textbook. Okay, so hence that's what I'm saying. When you are reading your lesson, see that you give lot of importance to, even if lot of नहीं, थोड़ा सा तो importance दे ही सकते हो. ठीक है? I'm sure that's not that difficult. थोड़ा सा importance to punctuations as well. Well, as I've said, there's a long list of punctuations, but then I've taken just a few ones. So usually, you know, you all use it very, very frequently. You all use it. Apostrophe. Now, apostrophe, it is used to show possession. It's used to show possession. Yes, John's house. Okay, so I can Mira's bag. Prime Minister's chair. Okay, so I'm using it to show possession of a noun. Okay, so various nouns, different nouns. I can use it to show possession. Horse's carriage. So apostrophe is horse's carriage. Okay, so जो भी चीज मुझे ऐसे हक जताना है या मुझे दिखाना है, that time it's essential that we put a comma. Now, apostrophe कहाँ डालना है और कहाँ नहीं डालना है, ये भी important है. So apostrophe is not used with plurals. If I am saying boys are playing, so boys is plural. I don't have to use apostrophe s, apostrophe with every s. हर एक कोई s आएगा, उसके साथ मुझे apostrophe use ही करना है, ये जरूरी नहीं है. So it's not used with plurals. Bangles, girls, students. I don't have to use s every time. तो देखना है कि क्या हमें किसी चीज का हक जताना है, हक बताना है उस नाउन का, या फिर इज इट द प्लूरल फॉर्म. So please ये याद रखो, plurals में there's no apostrophe s. Okay, it's only plural is only s, simple s. There's no apostrophe. Okay, it's also used when a letter is omitted. ठीक है, negations. Negations मतलब do not को अगर मुझे short में लिखना है, what will I write? Don't, will not, won't, cannot, can't. So this is where I'm using negations. Question tags. Okay, I have to use, you know, apostrophe. Yes, I'm certain I have missed the bus. I'm certain I have missed the bus. So I am. I've skipped the letter A. So hence, wherever I skip a letter, wherever a letter is omitted, I have to put an apostrophe. That I have missed. Again, I have skipped HA. I have skipped HA. I have omitted that. Hence, I have put an apostrophe. So wherever I am putting an apostrophe, it is used to indicate that I've skipped a letter. I'm certain that I have. पढ़ते वक्त हम पूरा पढ़ेंगे. I am certain that I have missed the bus. पढ़ते वक्त हमें पूरा पढ़ना है. बट लिखते वक्त बहुत सारे बुक्स में, लेसन्स में, न्यूज़पेपर्स में ये टेक्निक यूज की जाती है. ओके, इट इज यूज्ड. But in exam students were encouraged not to use any kind of short forms. Okay, जो भी है पूरे spellings, पूरे words लिखो. Try to avoid short forms. It's not advisable. Inverted commas. Inverted commas, now they are double, they are single. Now double inverted commas, obviously they are used for direct speech. Yes, they are used for direct speech to mark exact spoken words of a person for direct speech. Okay, a fellow can't live on books, said Laurie. So this is again a sentence taken from a textbook. So exact spoken words है ये Laurie के. That is why we have put double inverted comma. Now single inverted comma is used to mark a specific word. जब मुझे कोई भी word को highlight करना है तभी I can use single inverted comma. Okay, if it's a name of a book, I can use inverted commas. All right, if important words, I can use inverted commas. So it depends, not every time, but yes. But then definitely when you're quoting somebody's exact spoken words, तब अगर आपने double inverted comma नहीं डाला है, then the sentence is wrong. The sentence is wrong. Marks will be deducted. Okay, single inverted comma भी नहीं चलेगा वहां पर, आपको double ही दिखाना पड़ेगा. Okay, then yes, now these are the last punctuations. Okay, as I said, the list is long, but these are the some common ones. You know, the capitalizations, the question mark, the exclamation mark. Now, capitalization, पता है ना, every sentence तो capital से ही start होगा, definitely. Full stop के बाद या question mark के बाद capital आना ही चाहिए. बट उसके साथ साथ स्टूडेंट्स अभी प्रॉपर नाउन्स जहां पर भी आता है, wherever you're writing a proper noun, you have to include a capital letter. Okay, your name, your own name, आपका नाम, हमारा सबका नाम. Okay, name of the cities, the rivers, the mountains, the newspapers. Okay, जो भी capital, जो भी proper nouns है उसमें आना ही चाहिए. Okay, Delhi, see, Delhi, D capital, India, I capital. If I say the Himalayas, H will be capital, the Ganga, then G will be capital. So, you know, like that way, capitalizations, ये एक ऐसा पंक्चुएशन है जो सिर्फ इंग्लिश में आता है ना. कुछ कुछ पंक्चुएशन है जो हर लैंग्वेज में डिफर करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन हिंदी द वे यू पुट अ फुल स्टॉप, पूर्ण विराम जिस तरह से डालते हैं, दैट्स डिफरेंट फ्रॉम इंग्लिश. इन इंग्लिश वी पुट अ डैश, sorry, we put a dot, I'm sorry, we put a dot to put a full stop as a full stop. So similarly, capitalizations, it's not there in Hindi or Marathi, but then yes, it's very, very important in English. उसी तरह question mark, students इसको भूलना नहीं है. We have, whenever we are asking a question or using a question tag, any question, it can be any question. Don't you think it's really high time that we start saving water? Is a question. Okay, even though it's not a WH question, such questions which are just asked to make an effect are known as rhetorical questions. Yes, questions are of three kinds. WH questions, yes or no questions, okay, and rhetorical questions. So WH questions में हम usually it's what, which, when, whom. ये questions में usually you give a complete statement or at least a phrase. Yes or no questions, हाँ या ना. Have you seen my book? So you say either yes or you will say the no. As I said, don't you think it's high time that we start saving water? Is a rhetorical question जहाँ पे ये सवाल पूछा है only for making an effect. Answer is not expected. I'm not expecting any answer from you. It is only to make an effect. Then see, next example, you could have got her, couldn't you? You could have got her, couldn't you? Now, couldn't you is a question tag, isn't it? So, but I see, I have used a comma, I have used an apostrophe, I have used also a question mark. So 3 punctuations, in fact 4. Why? The capitalization is also a punctuation. So one sentence but 4 punctuations. This shows that how punctuations, how much are they important. Last, exclamation. Yes, exclamations, they express our strong feelings, anger, happiness, sadness, excitement. Okay, wow, we can go to eat an ice cream. Okay, so that's an exclamation. What a lovely painting you have drawn. Again, it's an exclamation. भले वो WH से start होता है, मैंने सवाल नहीं पूछा है. When I say what a lovely painting you have drawn, what a wonderful picture you have clicked. Even though it's starting with what? Do I intend to ask a question? Absolutely not. मैंने सवाल पूछा ही नहीं है. I'm just intending to exclaim. What a lovely picture you have drawn. What a wonderful photograph you have clicked. Okay, what a lovely shot this is. So, I'm talking about pictures, I'm talking about photographs. It can be anything. What a beautiful scenery this is. Okay, so these are all I'm using with exclamations at the end just to make a strong comment. Okay, a strong emotion I need to express. So with this, students, we have done the phrase, the clause, the sentence, and some basic punctuations. Okay, so now let's go on to the next topic. As you can see, the prepositions. Okay, students, now there are 8 parts of speech in English grammar. Okay, English, ये जो language है, ये 8 स्तंभों पर, it's based on 8 pillars, स्तंभ. Okay, so first is the noun, the pronoun, the verbs, the adverbs, the adjectives. Then comes the conjunctions, the joining words, and, but, because. Then comes the preposition, जो अभी हम करेंगे. And last but not the least, interjections. Or I'll just go back to the previous slide. See here in the last example, hooray. Yes, such words are wow, oh my god. You know, these such words, they are interjections. Okay, where I'm using those words to make a strong expression of my emotions. Now, prepositions, well, they show the position of a noun or a pronoun. Yes, they show the relation, or I can say preposition. Why do I say preposition? What is the easiest way to remember? Pre is previous. So it comes before, mostly it comes before a noun or a pronoun. As the third point is given, they are followed by a noun or pronoun, means the prepositions come first, later on followed by a noun or a pronoun. So preposition, so it comes previous to a noun or a pronoun. Noun के पहले, अब सर्वनाम के पहले usually आता है. Okay, then usually you know what is the position of that noun or the pronoun. The cat is hiding under the table. So what is the cat doing? It's hiding. So under the table. So under is the word under is showing me the position. Okay, it's showing me position of that particular noun. Okay, so look at the words, look at the examples, the words like for, near, far, above, by, below, beneath. There are so many. Okay, in coming slides you'll come to know. So basically, remember students, they are pre. Pre is previous. They come before a noun or a pronoun, and they show the position. Okay, what are you doing if somebody is asking you, what are you doing? And if you say, I am sitting by the window, मतलब मैं विंडो के पास बैठा हूँ या बैठी हूँ. You never say I am sitting on the window. That's wrong. You never sit on the window. You always sit by the window, by the table. The manager was sitting by the table with a cup of coffee. So you cannot say on the table. We don't sit on the table to have dinner. We always sit by the table to eat something or to have our dinner, etc. Okay, so ये छोटी-छोटी चीजें हैं जो अगर आप को याद रखते हो, then definitely it makes a very good impact. The banyan tree, okay, see it's showing me the location, was near his house. So location, position. Be truly happy for her. For whom? Kiske liye? For her. So these are all prepositions. Now students, prepositions, they have various functions. Okay, let's go see the first one. As you can see prepositions. They show a place using following words. The thief, one of them, okay, one among them was a thief. One among them was a thief. बहुत सारे लोगों में से वो, that's a place. The place, usually it indicates, these words are used to indicate a place. All right, see, into, within, without, towards. The boys rushed towards the gate. The rat wanted to pass through the pipe. Yes, the ship is stationed near the harbor. Okay, we jumped over the wall. So, you know, these all words, they indicate place, besides, below. My neighbor lives besides of a famous personality, or you can say I sit beside my best friend. So that's place which I'm trying to show. So prepositions indicate or they show place. And students, these are the words. Okay, you don't have to learn these words. You don't have to learn them. But yes, if you remember them and if you use them appropriately, then your mistakes do become less for sure. Now they also show time. Okay, I'll come after the class is over. Yes, meet me before the class. You are behind the time. So, you know, you are ahead of time or you are behind of time. So, you know, you have not done anything throughout the day. So these are all, you know, time doesn't necessarily mean 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Time also means duration of the day. Okay, it also means months, it also means year. Okay, so we have throughout these 6 months of lockdown, we have been studying virtually. You can say that throughout these 6 months of lockdown, we have been studying virtually. Okay, or during lockdown, even the exams were conducted virtually. You know, these all words are used to indicate time. So on, by, in, during, after, before, behind, ahead, for, since, up to, till, until, throughout, within. All right, these words they show time. Now these words like prepositions of place and time were easy. It is one word. But now they look at this. There's some words, there's some prepositions which are a combination of more than a word. Okay, they're a combination of 3 words. And 2 to 3 words, 2 or more words combined together as prepositions, they are called as complex preposition. Yes, as you can see, most of them have 2 or more than 2 words. In addition to this, they also purchased many books. Okay, according to him. All right, next to, close to, near to, in view of, on account of. On account of Dashera, we have been given a holiday. Okay, so on account of, so that's a preposition. Have you ever, I'm sure we all have used these words. ये words हमने काफी use किए हैं, but कभी सोचा नहीं था कि ये भी एक preposition ही है. ठीक है, so these words are always used to show manner, they show position. Okay, they show relation. Okay, with reference to this, I would like to add a point. So, you know, I'm again trying to show some relation. So that's why it is a preposition. Okay, so except for, due to, together with reference to, in front of, these are all complex prepositions. Now there are certain prepositions which are a little confusing. Okay, they're a little confusing. Let's just have a look. See, difference in the use of between and among. Now, how many of you know the difference between that? Okay, let's just check it out. Between is used to refer to two people or two things. Whenever I'm talking about two people, two things, two places, I'm using between. Alright, but when I'm referring to more than two, when I don't know how much it is, how many are they? When I don't know the number, I'm using among. Alright, I repeat, between is used when I'm referring to just two. There was a fight between the two brothers. Or if I say there was fight among them, then I don't know the exact number of people who were fighting. Okay, there was a highly destructive war between the Marathas and the Mughals. So I'm referring to Marathas and the Mughals, hence it's between. It's used to refer to two persons, places, or things. The fight between the two brothers was the talk of the town. तो जरूरी नहीं है ये word to आना ही चाहिए. Okay, everybody was excited for the match between India and Australia. So have I used the word to? No, but I've just mentioned India and Australia, which is this two countries. When as I said among, we don't know the exact number. It's indefinite, but it's definitely more than two. It has to be more than two. Only then can I use among. Among all the metropolitan cities, Mumbai ranks number one in facility. Yes, there are so many metropolitan cities. There are four. Among four, Mumbai is the best. Mumbai is the best. All right. Next. Yes. Again, since and for. Now, this is a common confusion for students. When to use since, when to use for. Okay. So since, as I said, when you ask a question, since when? So since is used to denote a starting point. Okay. Mohan has been studying since 2 o'clock. So when I say since, I'm talking about as in time. कब से शुरुआत हुई है? Okay. Lockdown has been announced since March. Isn't it? So that's how it is. For denotes duration. कितनी देर चला? कौन बनेगा करोड़पति program, every episode of कौन बनेगा करोड़पति is for an hour. So for is used to denote time, is for an hour. So duration. The preposition for is used to show duration. कितना लंबा चला है? Okay, this battery, it lasts for 5 hours continuously. So I'm trying to show duration. Whereas when I use since, I'm using it to denote or to show a starting point. ये काम कब से शुरू हुआ है? The construction of this building is going on since 6 months. Okay, जब मुझे पता है how long it is. So since 6 months. Alright. Or since January. That also is correct. Since January. Now time for exercises. All right, as in the first grammar lecture, this also will have answers which will be shown on the screen. So I want you all to pause the video and try to solve and then check the answer. So fill in the blank with correct preposition. Students, try to read the sentence and try to answer. Stop the video, pause the video over here. Try to answer. And here comes the answer. During holidays, Yes, dash holidays. During holidays, his parents told him that they were concerned about his grades. So, you know, during, it's showing us the time, during holidays. Next sentence, dash midday. Both of them felt breathless, dash exhaustion. Exhaustion is tiredness. Try to do it. Answer is at midday. Both of them felt breathless from exhaustion. Okay, again, at is showing us the time. Third sentence, the distance dash the bus was same dash both of us. The distance in the bus was same for both of us. So students, don't get, it's okay if you get a particular answer wrong. You can just practice it all over again. It's just fine. But the point is you have to go through the sentences, go through the video again, once again, practice it. And these topics, as I said, grammar can become perfect when you practice. If you just go through the video and just forget it, it's not going to work. You have to practice. So what is the best way to practice? Either you write and also you read. Both are very important. And of course, last but not the least, you have to speak. But then you will say, now we are at home, where do we speak? So at least you can write, you can read, at least that you can do. Moving on to the next slide. The thief hid dash the villagers to hide dash the cops. Yes, the answer. The thief hid among the villagers, yes, to hide from the cops. Okay, among the villagers. Where? So it's showing us the place. And also we have used among because we don't know the exact number of villagers. But it's S means it's plural. Okay, so it's definitely more than 2. Next one. The committee met dash Friday to decide dash selection of players. The answer, the committee met on Friday to decide about the selection of players. Yes, the committee met on Friday to decide about the selection of players. Alex is sitting, dash a pine tree, dash a book in his hand. Now this one is easy, isn't it? Yes, what the answer? Alex is sitting below, beneath, or you can use under as well. Okay, if you have used any one of the three, it's fine. Alex is sitting under a pine tree, beneath a pine tree, below a pine tree. Okay, with a book in his hand. With a book in his hand. He's been traveling. He has been traveling dash train, dash a decade. What's a decade? Decade is a time span of 10 years. Yes, a decade means 10 years. Come on, try the answer. Here we go. He's been traveling by train. On train, in train, no, nahi aega. He has been traveling by train since a decade. Okay, since a decade. Or even if you write for a decade because you don't know which context it is, then that will also be correct. Okay, so we come to the end of this preposition topic. Moving on to the last topic, use of to and enough. Now again, this grammar topic you'll say means we don't know if we have it or no. Even if you have it or you don't have it, the point is you need to use it in your sentences. Okay, and believe me, they are really simple. Use of TOO2, not TO2. Okay, TO2 is used with the verb. Single TOO, TO2 is used with the verb. But then TOO2, has a different function. It comes before the adjective. Adjective मतलब विशेषण. विशेषण के पहले आता है. It's an adverb. क्रिया विशेषण है ये. Actually to क्या है? It's a adverb. क्रिया विशेषण. And it's an adverb of excess. हद से ज़्यादा. हद से ज़्यादा. So where do we use it? We use it to combine negative ideas. Okay, if the teacher says you are too smart. Okay, so perhaps it's a criticism. Yes, she's saying it sarcastically. Okay, so she's not appreciating you, she's not complimenting you. Okay, but it's a sarcasm. So we use TOO to join, to combine negative ideas. Now look at the rule. We use TOO, as I said, before the adjective, and it's followed by, उसके बाद क्या आता है? To plus verb, जिसको हम कहते हैं infinitive. To eat, to drink, to walk. These are all infinitives. So look at the sentence. As the sums were difficult, only a few students could solve it. Okay, so look at the answer. How have I used TOO? The sums were too difficult to solve. All right, this is how I have to make it. So when I use to, no students, it is used as a substitute for many things. I do not use very, I do not use so, I do not use not. क्योंकि जब मैंने टू यूज किया है उसका मतलब ही नेगेटिव है, तो तभी यूज किया जाता है जब मुझे कुछ नेगेटिव कहना है. ठीक है, जब मुझे आई वांट टू मेक अ रिमार्क एंड दैट टू अ सार्कास्टिक रिमार्क. So always remember, it comes before the adjective. It's used to combine negative ideas and an adverb of excess. Okay, had se zyada. The sums were too difficult to solve. When you're saying TOO, okay, so you have to say it accordingly. You cannot just say two. Two is TO2. Two, you have to give it a longer sound. Remember that. The trains are too late to reach office on time. मतलब ट्रेन क्या है, ज्यादा ही लेट है, जिसकी वजह से मैं ऑफिस आज समय पर नहीं पहुंच पाऊंगा. It's too cloudy to go on a drive. मतलब बहुत ही ग्लूमी डल क्लाइमेट है कहीं बाहर जाके घूमने के लिए. ठीक है. Next, use of enough. Now, when do we use enough? Look at the main difference. Students, you remember the best when you compare, when you do comparative study. So adjective, so enough, it comes after the adjective. This is also an adverb. ये भी एक क्रिया विशेषण है. But when it is used to show sufficiency. Sufficiency मतलब बहुत कुछ. Okay, बहुत सारा. Alright. Combines positive ideas. So students, have you got the opposites now? Can we compare? Let's compare. TOO. To is used before the adjective, whereas enough is used after the adjective. Yes, smart enough. When I say he's smart enough to collect the notes. So smart enough जब मैं कहती हूँ मतलब मैं एक positive उसको appreciate कर रही हूँ, उस student को appreciate कर रही हूँ. But if I say he's too smart, so which means it's not, as I told you, it's not a compliment, but a sarcastic remark. So as you can remember, enough is used for compliments, whereas TOO is used for sarcasms. So enough combines positive ideas, whereas to combines negative ideas. Enough is an adverb of sufficiency, whereas to is an adverb of excess. So look at the rule. 2 plus B1, 2 plus verb is constant. क्या change होता है? Okay, क्या change होता है? Enough जो है वो adjective के बाद आता है. Enough adjective के बाद. So adjective plus enough plus 2 plus 1. She was smart and capable. She got the job. So she was smart and capable enough. So see, I have to identify, students, as I told you, the 8 basic pillars of English have to be very, very clear in your head. What's a noun, what's a pronoun, what's a verb, what's an adverb, what's an adjective. So here we need to identify what's an adjective. क्योंकि हमको एक तो to use करना है तो adjective के पहले use करना है. Enough use करना है तो adjective के बाद use करना है. So here the sentence has got two adjectives, smart and capable. So she was smart and capable enough to get the job. So I have used the rule as it is. Adjective plus enough plus to plus verb. So smart and capable are adjectives. Enough. Okay. I've used enough. That's an adverb. To get is to plus verb. Okay. So students, when you do comparative study, we all remember. Again, students, we need to remember that when we are using to and when we are using enough, we can avoid a lot of words. We can avoid words like so, very, she's so good, or he's so smart. I can just so, very. Okay, I can in that place I can use to or I can use enough. But remember, I'm talking about which two? I'm talking about T O O, two. It's a longer sound. Now, time for exercises. Didn't I tell you it's a very small topic and you all are going to get the answers. Use to or enough as required. Now look at the sentence. The current was very strong. He could not swim, all right, through it. Now, rule number 1, ये आपको तय करना है कि आपको to use करना है या enough. पर याद रखो to use किया तो sentence negative बन जाता है. Enough use किया तो sentence positive बन जाता है. Okay, so depend on the sentence. Now here, what do you think? What is the sentence trying to convey? Which meaning? What kind of a meaning it has? That you have to determine. दूसरी बात, we are supposed to omit words like very. And third, follow the rule. So take a few seconds, pause the video and try to go for the answer. Ready? The current was too strong to swim against it. Yes, the current was too strong. So I have omitted the word very, to swim against it. So rest of the sentence remains the same. सिर्फ जहाँ एडजेक्टिव आता है तो टू यूज करना है तो मुझे वो एडजेक्टिव के पहले यूज करना है और उसके आगे क्या आएगा टू प्लस V1. द करंट वाज टू स्ट्रॉन्ग टू स्विम अगेंस्ट इट. आंसर्स देखने के बाद भी अगर आप behind, if you go the video, if you go behind the video and if you do it again, that's also fine, students. But the point is you need to practice. Okay, you need to practice. Next sentence. The elephant's trunk is quite strong. Trunk is, yes, everybody knows what's a trunk, right? Elephant's trunk is quite strong. It can hold great weight. So here again, Quite, very, quite, so. ये सारे words का meaning same है. So we can omit these words. Come on now, this sentence has got a positive meaning, right? You can obviously you can use enough. So try doing it, students. Yes, got the answer? The elephant's trunk is strong enough. I have omitted the word quite. I already told you. We don't have to use words like very, quite, not Quite. Okay, Quite, मतलब काफी ज्यादा. Quite is काफी ज्यादा and Quiet is quiet, शांत रहना. और यहाँ पे ये quiet का meaning है काफी ज्यादा. So I've omitted that because enough I'm using it. The elephant's trunk is strong enough to hold great weight. Okay. Next. His shoes were so badly worn that they could not be mended. His shoes were so badly worn. Worn is फट जाना, पुराने हो जाना. His shoes were so badly worn that they could not be mended. Yes, answer. Again, it has got a negative meaning, so we can use to. His shoes were too worn. So students, this sentence had got so. Hence, I have omitted that so because I'm using TOO2. So this word only, it gives me the correct meaning. I don't have to use extra words. You get my point? So when I use too, it means it's too much. When I have to use too much, I use too. When I have to use sufficient, I have to use enough. So his shoes were too worn to be mended. इतने खराब हो गए थे, इतने पुराने हो गए थे कि उनको रिपेयर करना पॉसिबल ही नहीं था. Mend is to repair. They were too worn to be mended. Did you notice another thing, students? The word not. The word not is also avoided. I'm just sticking to the rule. Because as I told you, the word TOO already has got a negative meaning. Alright, so I can just simply omit the words that I don't need. Okay, so you get my point how you have to use this as you are talking, as you are writing, speaking. Next sentence. Okay, this screen has already got the answer as well. Okay, Alan is quite old. He can surely apply license. It's okay, students. What you can do is you can probably just copy the sentence, copy the question in your book, and you can get the answer. Alan is old enough to apply for a driving license. Alan is old enough. So again, see QUITE. I have omitted. Okay, Alan is old enough to apply. This rule has been important. Old plus enough, that is adjective, plus enough, plus to, plus verb. So old enough to apply. This formation, if you get it correct, your answer is correct. So Alan is old enough to apply for a driving license. This is a simple system. Every employee can follow it. This is a simple system. Every employee can follow it. Try this one. Fourth sentence answer, you got it for free. At least try this one. Yes, this system is simple enough. Okay, simple is the adjective. Did you notice I've changed the sentence a little bit? This is a simple system. This system is simple enough because here I'm talking about a system which is a subject. Okay, simple is the adjective. So this system is simple enough for every employee to follow it. For, I've used a preposition. For every employee to follow it. Yes? The area was so overcrowded that there was no breathing space. Again, what do you think? Yes, isn't it a negative sentence? So quickly try using TOO2. Ready? The answer. Students, after every sentence, do not forget to pause the video. Try to do the sentence by yourself and then check the correct answer. The area was too crowded. See, I've omitted two words, so and over, because too एक शब्द बाकी सारे शब्दों का काम करता है. The area was too crowded to have any breathing space. Rule TOO2 plus adjective plus TO2 plus verb. The area was too crowded to have any breathing space. Some people are very lazy that they cannot wake up on time. Yes? How many of you agree to this? Find the answer now. All right. Some people are too lazy. Obviously, I cannot write lazy enough. Okay, lazy is not a positive word at all. Not use lazy enough under no circumstances. Some people are too lazy to wake up on time. Yes, some people are too lazy to wake up on time. So, how was it? Even if you have not got answers to many sentences, it's just okay, students. Don't worry. As I told you, you just go through the video again, the notes again, okay, and then try solving the sentences, but don't give up. That's important, not to give up, okay. And so with this, I come to the end of this grammar session. Very soon I'll be back with another topic from your curriculum.